And now on Safe Space TV, we continue our Easter programming, creating a safe space to explore the big issues of life and faith with Tabs and Hetty's Easter special, Hatching Hope, a cracking great Easter.
We're gonna have some fun today. We're hatching hope at Easter. Hatching hope, hatching hope, hatching hope. We're hatching hope at Easter. What is Easter all about? Is it about chocolate? Easter eggs, Easter eggs, Easter eggs. No, it isn't about chocolate. Easter's really all about a weekend that changed history. Good Friday, Silent Saturday, an amazing Sunday, a weekend to remember. We're gonna have some fun today. We're hatching hope at Easter. Hatching hope, hatching hope, hatching hope. We're hatching hope at Easter.
Hello and welcome to part one of our Easter special.
Yeah, we're gonna have an extremely good time today.
Exactly.
Excuse me, Tabs, that was my joke.
Oh, sorry. It just really cracked me up.
Anyway, today we thought we'd get every bunny together, have a load of fun and hatch our giant Easter egg to bring some hope to everyone at this time.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's right. It's time for Hatching Hope!
Yes! And right at the start of Hatching Hope, we want to make sure that we aren't giving anyone false hope.
Oh no.
So we're going to get started with a round of Exactly Factly.
Welcome to everybody's favourite, weird and wonderful, true fact-finding quiz show, Exactly Factly. Each of our studio contestants will share a weird and wonderful fact. It could either be an exactly factly true fact, or it could be false. After each contestant has shared their attempt at a fact, we'll ask the other contestants to decide if they think it is an exactly factly true fact, or, well, truly made up, complete and utter nonsense falseness. And for you, our lovely viewers watching this, whether you're in a classroom or watching at home, why not play along? Team up with those around you and see if you can beat our contestants' scores. 10 points for every contestant who scores correctly, and the contestant with the least points at the end will meet their eggy doom. Let's introduce our contestants. First off, returning from her quizzing debut all the way back from Merry Quizmas quiz show, we have Joy Wicks. How are you doing today, Joy?
I'm just great! I'm all shiny and fantastic, like all the star jumps I've been doing non-stop for the last 12 months.
And next we have Hot Cross Bunsen, joining us live from the Houses of Parliament cake shop. Any chance of sending a few chocolate Easter egg nests our way, Mr. Hot Cross Bunsen?
Well, I suppose I'd have to ask one of my advisors. Chris?
Yes, sorry, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm just ordering some carrot cake. Next slice, please, Margaret.
Anyway, let's move on. Next, we go to, Mini me, actually. Everyone say hi to Mini Tabs.
Hi, it's great to be here on the show. I mean, if all those chocolate lovers can have their mini eggs, why can't you have mini Tabs, Tabs?
Exactly. And our fourth contestant looks familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on why. It's Shelley from Yorkshire.
Hi! I'm so extra happy to be here on the show. I got up at the crack of dawn because I was so excited. Oh, it's boiling in this studio.
Okay, well, let's get on with our first fact of Exactly Factly. Joy Wicks, what's your fact?
Okay, here's my fact. it is obviously exercise related. Did you know that sheep counting is officially recognised sport in Australia?
Interesting. What do you think, viewers? Let's see what our other contestants think. We've got complete and utter nonsense falseness from Hot Cross Bunsen and Shelley, but we've got exactly factly true from Mini Tabs. Well, there's only one way to find out. Joy Wicks, can you reveal, is your fact exactly factly true or complete and utter nonsense falseness?
It is exactly factly true, and I bet it's absolutely exhausting.
Oh wow. So that's 10 points to Mini Tabs. I wonder how you did at home, viewers. Well, let's hear our next fact. Hot Cross Bunsen?
Right. Well, yes. Fact. In light of our country's tremendous efforts throughout the restrictions this year, my fact is that across the sea in Germany, they have some weird old restrictions in place, even at Easter, such as I'm told, for most of the country, it is illegal to dance in public on Good Friday.
Wow! No dancing on Good Friday. Okay, well, what do you think of that one, viewers? Exactly factly true or complete and utter nonsense falseness? Let's see what our other contestants think. Oh, we've got exactly factly true from Joy Wicks and Mini Tabs, but Shelley has voted for complete and utter nonsense falseness. What is it, Boris? Hot Cross Bunsen?
Well, I couldn't exactly make that up, could I? It is exactly factly true. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so that puts Joy Wicks and Hot Cross Bunsen on 10 points, Mini Tabs on 20 points, but Shelley still lagging behind with no points. Come on, Shelley, you can do better than that. What's our next fact, Mini Tabs?
Okay, you're right. Yes, my fact is that in the region of my nearby city of Liverpool, known as Egbirth, it received its name because of the locals eating a record-breaking number of Easter eggs on Easter Sunday in the year 1236.
Okay, what do we think? Is that exactly factly true or complete and utter nonsense falseness? Let's see what our contestants think. We're all saying it's complete and utter nonsense falseness, apart from Shelley, who is totally convinced. Mini Tabs?
It is complete and utter nonsense falseness. I made it up.
Great! So we have everyone on 20 points except for Shelley, who still has no points, which actually means Shelley has lost. But hey, we still need to see who has won. So Shelley, what is your weird and wonderful fact?
I can't believe I've been beaten, and I think my fact's pretty exceptional though. Did you know that in the Christian Bible it states that Jesus came back to life after he died, and as many as 500 people witnessed him alive again?
Wow, that is a pretty cool fact. What do you think, viewers? Let's see what our studio contestants think. Let's see if they think this one is exactly factly true. And we all seem to have been listening in our re-lessons, it seems, because we've all voted exactly factly true. Wow, well done, everyone.
Well done! It is certainly true! That's what it says, but it's something that people have been examining for thousands of years now, trying to decide whether to believe it or not.
That is also true, Shelley. But I'm afraid you're not redeeming your woefully low score there of 0. Whilst everyone else gets to scramble off home as joint winners, it's time for you to get eggy! Well, whilst they're getting cleaned up, I want to talk to you about Fridays because I absolutely love Fridays. Fridays are just the best, right? They are great. Fridays bring me hope. Hope for a fun weekend. Right, Easter even has a Good Friday. Like, not just any normal Friday, which are pretty great, aren't they? But this one even has it in the name. It's called Good Friday. I mean, Fridays are just the best. Like, Friday's the last day of the school week, and it's the last day before you have 2 days off school. And I guess if you're lucky, you might even get to stay up late on a Friday night. I mean, that on its own makes Friday a really good Friday, doesn't it? A Good Friday, right? Imagine this, okay? A Good Friday would be like a day with no lessons, but just fun all day. And maybe, just maybe, you get to watch a movie, like, not an educational movie either, like something fun, you know? Like one of the Toy Story films, you know what I mean? Like, that's good, that's full of toys and fun and stuff, and the toys come to life. Oh, wouldn't that be great? Oh, how about this though? Okay, so a Good Friday. Right, a really Good Friday would be when all the kitchen staff at school get fed up and just order everyone Happy Meals for everyone and McFlurries. Not that we're sponsoring anyone. And if you want to make Friday really, really good, how about no school on a Friday? Like, I shouldn't say that, should I? But not only does that make Friday good, but Thursday's good as well, because it's like Thursday's now Friday, and it's like you get 2 Fridays in a row.
Tabs?
Yeah?
That's not why it's called Good Friday.
Oh.
Good
why not?
Friday is the day when Jesus died on the cross.
But that doesn't sound very good. We're meant to be hatching hope here, Hetty. I'm trying to get us excited for Easter, you know, with all the little eggs and hatching and new life. Not death.
Cut! Right, let me explain. I got something cool to tell you. I'll share it with you as a rhyme from Bob Hartman's Rhyming Bible, which I love reading all the time. When Jesus hung upon the cross, his hands and feet nailed to the wood, he saw the men who hated him laughing at him where they stood. Priests and rulers, one and all. Some were jealous, some afraid. If you are God's son, they mocked. Save yourself and leave this place. When Jesus hung upon the cross, a crown of thorns jammed on his head. He saw the soldiers gambling for what little clothing he had left. He could have given hate for hate or cursed the soldiers, hammer blows. Instead he said, Father, forgive what they have done, they do not know. When Jesus hung upon the cross, he saw his mother's tears flow down. He watched her grief and agony as she knelt weeping on the ground. John he called, disciple friend, take my mother home with you. Treat her like she's your mum now. Do for her what I would do. When Jesus hung upon a cross, 2 thieves hung with him left and right. He heard one thief call, save us now, if you really are the Christ. We're guilty, said the other thief. This man does not deserve to die. You'll be with me in paradise, said Jesus to him in reply. When Jesus hung upon the cross, his tongue hard swollen, lips cracked dry, he croaked, I thirst. And then he saw a sponge upon a branch raised high. He wet his lips with sour wine, and as he saw the darkness fall, he cried, it's finished. Then he died for you and me, for one and all.
Wow. Now, I mean, that really wasn't very nice.
No.
It sounds pretty horrific, to be honest. Like, this was the guy who, a few days earlier, everyone was worshipping. Like, there's all sorts of stuff in the Bible about Jesus doing all these amazing, like, miracles.
Yes, loads of them.
Feeding thousands of people turning up who followed him and calling him their king and their savior. And even, I mean, today, like, he's the reason we have Christmas. Like,
Oh, I love Christmas.
That's when he was born, and
Yeah.
man, do I love Christmas.
You do.
And it's just like all the joy, all the happiness, all the decorations, the music, God rest you merry gentle, and all the gifts, the celebrate. Like, Jesus was amazing, okay? And you're telling me that when all these thousands of people turned their back on him, got him arrested, gave him what sounds like a pretty unfair trial,
Yeah, he was, yeah.
and then tortured and brutally killed him, we're supposed to call that a Good Friday.
Well, yeah.
Why?
Okay, so imagine somebody blesses you with a really cool gift.
Okay, what about an e-scooter or a PS5?
Well,
That'd be
yeah.
cool.
Sure, something like that. But in order to bless you, it would cost them something, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would, yeah. I mean, £490.99 is the recommended retail price for the PS5, if it's ever in stock.
Yeah, right. I said imagine it, I'm not actually gonna get you one. So the thing is, for Christians, when we celebrate Easter, we believe that the best gift anyone could ever have is an everlasting friendship with God.
Okay.
On earth in this life, but then after that, forever. I mean, that's pretty amazing. When you look at the whole huge, massive universe with all its amazing details, Christians believe that the God of that universe, who must be so powerful, wants to be friends with us little humans.
Wow.
And
that's cool.
Let's face it, we try to be good.
Yeah.
And, most of the time, perhaps we manage it, but we're not perfect.
We're not.
Especially when you compare us to God.
Yeah.
So for such a huge blessing, the gift of friendship with God, that must come with a huge cost, right?
Yeah. Well, I'd have thought so, yeah. I mean, I bet it costs a bit more than a lot of e-scooters, I guess.
Yeah, a lot more than a lot. But Christians believe that it's a gift. And that means the person giving the gift pays the cost. Nobody gives you an e-scooter as a gift and then gives you a receipt and expects you to pay them, do they?
Well, no, because that wouldn't be a gift at all, would it?
Exactly. So the amazing gift of friendship with God that Christians believe in comes as a gift from Jesus.
Oh, wow.
And the cost of that gift was so much that Jesus willingly gave up his life for it. Christians believe that's how much he loves people and how much he wants friendship with them, that he's prepared to give absolutely everything in order to take all our imperfections on himself so that us little humans can be friends with a huge, powerful God.
Wow. Well, I guess that does make a Good Friday. Like, I mean, it's kind of sad, but incredibly good then for Christians. Yeah. Because receiving that gift of friendship with God forever, that's got to be pretty good. Well, pretty amazing actually, to know that we're so loved so much. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've come to that part in our show where we hatch open our first giant Easter egg of hope to find out what the first of our not one, no, but two hatching hope challenges are.
Oh, yes!
Okay, you excited about
I'm really
this?
excited. Come
Right,
on.
well, let's see. I wonder what the egg's going to try, what it'll reveal. I think it's about to. Yeah, I think it is. Here we go. Oh, wow, okay.
That's
Amazing.
cool.
Okay, so our first Hatching Hope challenge is to bring the gift of friendship to someone.
That
I
is a
like
great
that.
challenge. And I guess you can do this in all sorts of different ways. Like, maybe it's spending time with someone,
Yeah.
or giving them a gift,
Yeah.
or doing something for them that you know they'll like,
Yeah.
not just something that you'd like.
An act of kindness.
Yeah, perhaps it's as simple as saying something really kind to someone and encouraging them, making them feel good and letting them know that you love them.
Yeah, okay, so letting them know how much they mean to you.
Yeah.
I really like this challenge, because it means that we have to really think and be creative. How can we bring the gift of friendship to someone else? Well, whatever you do, make sure it's something that shows how valuable the person is, because the message of Good Friday reminds us just how incredibly valuable each and every one of us is.
It's true. So we hope that you enjoyed part 1 of Hatching Hope, and we'll catch up with you again in part 2 after the adverts.
See you soon.
Bye! Hatching Hope, we're hatching hope at Easter.
Eggwood,
Sheldon?
what's an egg's least favourite day of the week?
Oh, is this another one of your sick jokes, Sheldon?
Friday.
Oh dear.
Johnson's eggs. How will you have yours?
Oh, you know what?
What?
Our Henrietta. Oh, she's an absolute star. She is.
She
just keeps providing us with yummy eggs. And then, on the day when she doesn't, I guess we'll just eat her for dinner.
Oh, hi Henrietta, back again. Another dozen eggs. I know your game. That'll be at £1.70, please, my dear. Great.
And that's why the chicken crossed the road. X Factor, the final. This Saturday on Safe Space TV.
And now on Safe Space TV, we head back for part 2 of Hatching Hope.
But we're gonna have some fun today. We're hatching hope at Easter. Hatching hope, hatching hope, hatching hope. We're hatching hope at Easter.
Hi! Welcome back to part 2 of our Hatching Hope sessions.
Part 1 got a little bit messy.
It did, but it was extra good, wasn't it?
I wonder if any of our viewers have had any ideas yet on how they can bless those around
good
them
shout.
with the gift of friendship and showing some love and all that kind of
I
thing.
wonder. Well, at the end of part 1, we promised you that there was loads more to come in what we have to celebrate at Easter. So let's get on with it.
Yeah, let's do this.
Once upon a time, there was a wicked queen who also happened to be very beautiful. Day after day, she would stare in her mirror, proudly admiring herself.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
My queen, of course, that would be you, for none can compare to your dashing beauty. The endless conversation of pride went on for many years, until the queen's daughter, Princess Gorgeous McGorgeousface, grew up to be far prettier than even the queen.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
Well, that would be that would. Oh wow! I mean, you, my queen. Yes, of course, none can compare to you.
Really?
Why? Yes, definitely, my queen. Yes.
You promise? You cross your heart and hope to die?
Oh well, I mean, I'm just a mirror. I'm not actually alive anyway. So I mean, what's the harm? Yes, my queen. I promise. But the queen, the wicked queen, started to suspect her mirror might not be telling the whole truth.
Now, are you sure you're not lying, Mr. Mirror, Mirror on the wall? You've been looking a lot at my daughter, Gorgeous McGorgeous face, very, very lovingly. You know I'll smash you up if you're not honest with me.
Well, I suppose Princess Gorgeous McGorgeous face may just be winning on the pretty front these days. I mean, you want me to be completely honest, don't you? Yes.
Thank you for being so honest, Mirror, Mirror on the wall.
Oh, not at all. Wouldn't want anyone to get hurt now, would we? The Wicked Queen was outraged. She couldn't believe she was no longer the fairest of them all. She decided to put on a disguise. An attempt to slip a poisoned apple to Princess Gorgeous McGorgeous face.
Hello, my dear.
Hi.
Care for a bite?
Oh, yummy. Yes, just a little one. Oh, thank you. You're so kind, old man.
And at that, the Wicked Queen won and went on to still be the fairest in all the land. The end.
The end? Are you joking?
No. Why?
You can't end a story like that.
But it's right here in the script.
But the princess can't die. That's ridiculous.
Why? Like, what do you want to happen?
It needs to have a happy ending.
Oh. Okay, right, how about this? The princess died, but she lives on in our hearts and minds, and we still appreciate her beauty and the nice things she said. The end.
No.
Oh.
No.
You got your happy ending there, right there, dear. What more do you want?
Well, she needs to come back to life or something.
Come back to life? She's dead. How? Like she's actually fully, properly dead from a poisoned apple. That's how the fairy tale goes.
Yeah, but it needs a happy ending. We're trying to hatch hope here, Tabs.
Well, the Queen's happy. she's full of hope now.
Look, I can't explain it. I don't really know how it works, but I know the princess has to, rise from the dead or something.
Rising from the dead? That's impossible. Certainly wouldn't happen in the real world.
Tabs, what about in the real world 2,000 years ago? The Bible doesn't end its part about Jesus where we stopped in part 1 of Hatching Hope, does it?
That's true.
I mean, you've heard of Bob Hartman's resurrection rhyme, haven't you?
What?
You might think that Easter is all about the eggs, hunting for hidden and hard-boiled eggs. But Easter is less about looking for the eggs than looking for something else. It starts with some women bound for a tomb. Jesus was dead, and armed with perfume they went before dawn in the deep morning gloom to anoint their friend's body with spices. But when they arrived, the body was gone. The tomb had been opened somehow by someone, but opened by whom and why was it done? And where is his body now? You might think that Easter is all about bunnies. Bunnies are quick. I really like bunnies, but Easter is less about quick little bunnies than something much quicker by far. For quicker than bunnies, 2 angels appeared and dazzled the women, then said, "Do not fear, Jesus is back, he's alive, he's not here. Now go tell his friends what you've seen." So quicker than bunnies, the women ran off. They told Jesus' friends, but some of them laughed. So Peter ran back to see for himself and believed what the women said. You might think that Easter is all about spring, things spring into life once again in the spring, but Easter is less about new life in spring than spring into life forever. For when Jesus Jesus rose, he had a new body, a living forever, whatever new body, and not dying ever, and clever new body that surprised every one of his friends. He walked in the room though the door had been locked. It's a ghost, his friends whispers, frightened and shocked. Touched my hands then said Jesus, feel the nail marks, it's me and I'm really here. You might think that Easter is all about chocolate. Chocolate's amazing, I love to eat chocolate, but Easter is so much sweeter than chocolate, much sweeter than chocolate by far. For when he'd appeared to 500 more friends, his time here on earth at last came to an end, and up through the clouds in the sky Jesus went to sit at the right hand of God. Now go tell my story, he said to his friends, tell the whole world I'm alive and that shortly I'll send my own Holy Spirit to fill them up when they believe and receive my love. A new life for now, changed and forgiven, a new life forever that just keeps on living. Even after you die, it's the gift I'll be giving. Sweeter than chocolate, fresher than spring, quicker than bunnies, better than eggs. The best Easter present of all.
So, Hetty's right. The Bible doesn't finish up talking about Jesus after Good Friday, where we ended part 1 of our Hatch and Hope session. Oh, no. I mean, you can imagine how awful that would be. Like, yeah, we did work out why it was called Good Friday, because Christians believe it was a huge sacrifice in order to give us little humans the amazing gift of friendship with God. But still, how good can that really be if Jesus stayed dead? Is that actually a happy ending? What makes Easter really, really good for Christians is that Jesus didn't stay dead. It's like death. It's like life and death, right? Had like a big fight or a competition or something, and life won. I mean, how amazing is that? It's like the biggest miracle anyone could ever imagine. There's quite a bit in the Bible about what it was like for people meeting Jesus again after he'd come back to life. In fact, it says that there were about 500 people met the risen Jesus. I find that amazing. It's so amazing and mind-boggling that people have been struggling to make their minds up about it through all the hundreds and thousands of years since. Lots and lots of people have found it simply too difficult to believe, often with some very understandable reasons. And lots of other people have chosen to believe those hundreds of early Christians and believe what we can read in the Bible, choosing to find hope in the belief that Jesus rose from the dead. In fact, there's loads of Christians who have been so inspired by the hope from the beliefs of Jesus coming back to life that they have shown that hope to the world in some pretty amazing ways. Like, you may have heard of Martin Luther King, who was a church minister who brought hope and new life to millions of people who were so unfairly treated for the colour of their skin. Or maybe you've heard of Mother Teresa, who chose to commit her whole life to bringing hope and life to hundreds of orphan children in India. All because she believed that in a world where Jesus comes back to life, nobody should miss out on having the best life possible, filled with love. Now that's just 2 examples. There have been billions more people and stories of Christians through the ages. But what about everyone else? Everyone gets their own chance to choose what they believe in, and I believe that is so important to have that choice. So what about everyone else? No matter what they believe, how does the message of Easter, the message of new life, like when eggs hatch off little newborn chicks, or we see the beauty of new life in nature at springtime, but actually it's about new life forever, not just for a season. How does the message of new life and hope help us all, no matter what our beliefs might be? Well, if Easter is all about this miracle of new life, then right now, in spring 2021, I think that's really worth getting excited about. Just think, after all the struggles and sadness lots of people have had recently, all the restrictions on our fun, and all the tired mums and dads, teachers, doctors, nurses, and all the other wonderful key workers, wouldn't it be great to have some hope of life being renewed? Wouldn't it be great to know that even though some very sad things have happened, there's still something of a happy ending on the way? Easter reminds us to have hope. Hope in happy endings. Hope in seeing new life all around us. Hope in the new opportunities to have fun, to play, to smile, to laugh, to enjoy ourselves and to feel alive again. Oh, we might not know how long someone thinks some of those things might take, but Easter reminds us to have hope.
Well, Tabs, I am so glad you finally got to grips with the idea of a happy ending and bringing hope to people.
I mean, it did take me a while, didn't it? But there we go. And here we are again with our, right at the end of part 2 of our Hatching Hope sessions. We can't say bye without hatching open our second giant Easter egg of hope to find out what the second of our 2 Hatching Hope challenges are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, I'm excited about this. Okay, I think it's about to. Yeah, I think. Wait, no, it's not happening. Why isn't it?
What about if we all shout Hatching Hope?
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Like from wherever you are watching this from, if after 3 we all shout Hatching Hope,
worth a try.
Maybe, just maybe, the egg will crack open enough to reveal our final challenge. Okay, after 3. 1, 2, 3, Hatching Hope!
It's happening! There we go! Oh, wow!
Yes!
Amazing! Okay.
Woo-hoo.
Oh, wow! Okay, so our
that's cool.
Wow! Our second Hatching Hope challenge is to bring some hope to someone who might need it.
That is a really great challenge, because it's like, we were saying earlier, we all need a bit of hope right now.
Yeah.
But actually, maybe there's some people that need just that bit more hope. Some people that are struggling quite a lot, and we could bring some hope to them.
Yeah, absolutely. You maybe know someone who needs cheering up right now. Someone who would be really happy to receive an awesome gift, or a message, or maybe a kind act to help them out in a way that they need. You might even be able to, work together, right? They could work together as a group of friends, couldn't they?
Oh, that's a good idea.
You could work together as a group of friends, or even a whole class at school, and do something extra special and kind to bring hope to someone.
That is a good idea.
Someone who really needs to experience a bit of hope and breathe some new life into whatever they might have been going through.
Yeah, I remember some children took on a challenge like this before, and they sent loads of letters to a local nursing home.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that. Or there was a class that I worked with who had that boy who became really, really poorly, and the whole school started giving him gifts and raising money for a charity in his honour.
Yeah, there's loads of things that you could do to bring hope to people who need it at the moment. I wonder what you will do to complete our second Hatching Hope challenge.
Yeah. Well, that's about all we've got time for today. We really hope you've enjoyed part 2 of our Hatching Hope show. We've had some fun, we've loved our time together, and we hope we'll see you again sometime.
See you soon, and have a very happy Easter. Bye!
Bye!
We're gonna have some fun today. We're hatching hope at Easter.